Today, here in Manchester, the Conservative Party takes its rightful place as the party of law and order in Britain once again.
2:00 this afternoon, armed police respond to a terror alert. Roads sealed off.
New details this morning on a pair of stabbing attacks in Europe. In the UK, police identifying the suspect who killed 2 people on London Bridge as a convicted terrorist released from prison just last year.
Usman Khan, a 28-year-old man from Staffordshire, is the suspect behind yesterday's London Bridge knife attack. He was an Islamic terrorist.
What was he doing out? What was that guy?
Usman Khan.
What was he doing roaming our streets?
Anybody involved in this crime and these attacks will be hunted down and will be brought to justice.
The fundamental question this time is not about at what point do they come out, because whether or not it came out at 8 years or 16 years, all you're doing is postponing the inevitable.
10 years, a serial cut all the way down the line, and that's the reason that this may have happened.
Prisons ought to be a place where people are put away, but also a place where rehabilitation takes place.
Our exit poll is suggesting that there will be a Conservative majority. That will be the biggest Conservative majority since Margaret Thatcher's.
Johnson knows that last year the Inspectorate of Prisons declared our jails in such a condition to have no place in an advanced nation. Johnson knows that there is a spiral of violence and ease of recruitment and ideological hardening in the prisons, which have suffered a 40% cut in the time that Khan was inside. Johnson knows that measures taken by successive Conservative governments to try to stem prison radicalisation by instituting ever more draconian, ever more isolating forms of imprisonment have failed. He knows that de-radicalisation measures made on the cheap are often laughable tick-box exercises, and the state has been unwilling to fund them.
December 2016, the worst prison riot for 2 decades breaks out inside Birmingham jail. Described it as the worst jail they'd ever been to. Prisoners afraid to leave their cells. Staff discovered asleep or locked in their offices.
He knows all this, but none of it escaped his lying mouth. Why? Because it should be a searing indictment on the successive failures of the Tory party to care one damn about the security of this country, that they should all be in the dock for their near criminal negligence and reckless disregard for the safety of people in this country. Try and lie your way out of that one, Prime Minister.
And to the criminals, I simply say this: we are coming after you.
You couldn't have written about it if you were George Orwell, do you know what I mean? Like, it's way worse.